It's
It's
your
Tour
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Woo!
And you may
Today
notice
there's a new person.
there's a new person on our screen. Who could this be? This is
Hello.
Joe Harrison, and he is the newest member of our team. He is
Woohoo.
licensed, so now you've got 4 of us. Aren't you
Oh.
excited?
I
Yep.
feel like we have a Sesame Street thing going on here. Like one of these things don't belong because Joe's the only one that has like a vertical video going here.
Oh, would you like me to?
And I'm like,
Do that?
Oh, there we go.
there we go. That's a little, yeah, that's a little bit
Is that better?
Yeah, that's now I can't sing that
Tom
song
will get you
anymore.
all hooked up with the tech and what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We will just help. But Tom, you must really feel a nice shift in the balance because, you know, now there's 2 females and 2 males. So you must be like really happy there.
I feel like we probably need 3 or 4 males to balance it. Really.
Yeah, Julie.
I feel like that an equal number is not actually an equal vote. But
Julie's
we'll
very
see. We'll see.
demanding.
We'll see
I'm
if that
pretty
pans
pushy.
out.
She's so hard to get along with.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Seems very unpleasant.
Yes. So this is very exciting because all of you friends and family and colleagues and acquaintances and basically anybody who knows this new face, you need to call us and contact us so that you can get into our database and on our lists of all the fun things that we do throughout the year. And of course, Joe will be contacting you too.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah. What else are we chatting about? We have.
Did you know? Just wait. Did you know that the Scotiabank economist just released news that Canada, out of the entire G7, has the lowest supply of housing?
Wow.
Which is which I mean, we knew that supply was out of control, like that supply did not meet demand in this country, and that's what's been driving the prices up. It's just in comparison to the rest of the G7 countries, we have the lowest supply out of all of them. So clearly that is why. And yet, surprisingly, we were one of the low, like out of the G7, we had some of the lowest housing prices. So to see us catching up that way is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Canada's
Wow.
the place to be.
It is. And of course, if you don't know this, our area, the Bay of Quinte area, we have been named the #1 place in Canada to live.
And Canada was named the #1 country to live.
Of course.
Making
So really,
Bay
we're the
Quinte
#1 place in the world.
in the whole world.
In the whole world.
Wow.
The whole world.
How lucky are we?
Move here, people,
Very
if
lucky.
you're watching this from out of the area.
And call us. We'll
Oh,
help you.
Yeah. Yep.
And actually, it was really great because you'll notice we didn't have a Tour Tuesday last week. And the reason for that is we were in a conference. And I know it wasn't in person. It was on Zoom. And it was our coaching conference that we're a part of with Richard Robbins, which we love. And it was excellent. And he brought in people like the chief economist for CIBC. And it was really informative talking to different realtors across the country to get a feel for what's happening across the country. Because the #1 question that we get right now is, how long is this going to last in our market? And every market is different. Some are starting to feel a little bit of a slowdown. And I know I don't normally do the market report right now, but it's really current information we should know.
Yep.
And so we felt a little bit of a slowdown last week. It was very bizarre. And so we are starting to feel a little bit of a shift, but let me remind you, that doesn't mean a slowdown in pricing. That means right now the lockdown has started to affect us. It didn't for the first several weeks because we had a lot of people who bought a home that had to sell and a lot of people who sold a home and had to buy. So we're just starting to feel that little bit of a shift right now.
Yeah, and
But
keep
I
in
can
mind
tell you-
we had Mother's Day going on last weekend, right? Which slowed things down a little bit, and then we really have that lockdown hitting us. And if everybody remembers April last year when we had the lockdown, everything kind of ground to a halt for a while, and then the amount of demand that showed up in the summertime was astronomical. Like it was unheard of. So we're expecting a similar sort of thing.
So when that switch flips after the lockdown, be prepared. But what that also means is there's a lot of opportunity right now for buyers. So any of you buyers that are out there just curious what to do, you may have some opportunities where you might not wind up in competition or you're in less competition. This does not mean that you're buying homes in general less than asking price. This means you might be paying asking price or just a little bit more and maybe not quite as much. That is only an answer we can give you per house and how many offers are on that house. But we do see a little bit of a shift in that direction.
Yeah, the trend right now is that prices are being under listed. Like they're being listed for under what they would normally sell for. And so sellers are expecting to get over list. So for you to get a deal right now, you're probably going to pay list or a little over list, as opposed to when things were hot, you're paying 100,000 over list, right? So just keep that in mind. Don't come in thinking that you're going to get under list, because it's not going to happen.
But having said that, I did 2 offers last night. One, we were in competition with 15 offers. The other, we were in competition with 5.
Yeah.
Every home is different, and we can only guide you on a per home basis. Averages just don't matter anymore. It really does come down to the house, which is why it's so important to talk to one of us, the experts, and we'll be able to guide you and help you through that process.
Yeah.
So the fun part, this is
Tom's
tips.
Hi everybody, it's Tom Lyons here from Tom's Tips, and today I'm going to have a little cleaning tip for you. So I'm going to do some magic and cut straight over. Now you can see here I have a couple spots where my dog is not being super helpful for me, and she's actually thrown up on the carpet, and a lot of the times this can be a difficult stain to get out. You can see there's a spot here, and there's a spot here, and there's a spot way over there, and we want to clear it out. And so what we use that works really well is just a little spray bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide. And you want to test this in like a back of a closet or something like that, so that you know that it's not going to discolor your carpet when you use it. But it's super easy to do. Squirt it in the areas. Like so. And I'm using this brush, but I'm not using any of the cleaner from it. And you just work it in. And there we go. Voila. Once those dry, the stain will be completely gone and you won't see it again.
Tom likes his tips. Hey, if anybody does have a tip that they think Tom should talk about, hey, send it below and he'll look into it.
I'll do one better for that. If you have a tip that you think is worthy of a Tom's Tips, and I got to say, it's got to be worthy. I don't just put out any tip. If you film yourself doing it, I will replace myself and put your video in to Tom's Tips that week.
There
You
you
can
go.
be famous on Tour Tuesday.
Will that be fun? Huh.
Fun.
That was a surprise to the whole team.
The whole team. I just sprung that at him. That's how I roll, people.
How he rolls.
Get in there on Tom's Tips.
Anything else we need to add before we
We got Victoria Day weekend coming up this weekend. Hopefully
Take
the nice
one.
weather continues.
It'll be the most exciting May 2-4
It's a true story.
ever.
Yes.
From your house. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Exactly.
Tell us what you're doing on the May long weekend. We're going to ask you again after the weekend and hope everybody has fun.
Maybe we'll do some type
Funs?
of prize for the most creative idea. I don't know what it will be.
Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun, people.
All right. I think on that note,
Tour
Tuesday.
Tuesday.